dear children all over the world. It is time to read along the Bible stories with Nick's. The last story we read was Adam and Eve. But tonight, God has a new story He wants to tell you today.
Not just the room.
Called Noah and the Ark. Genesis chapter 6 and chapter 7 and chapter 8. After Adam and Eve lived in the Garden of Eden, the world began to change. Now many people lived on the earth, but the people became evil. They did not follow God. This made God very sad. God looked all over the earth to see if anyone was still good. He was happy when he found a man named Noah. He was happy when he found a man named Noah. God had a special plan for Noah and his family. God told Noah, I am going to wash away all the evil in the world with a great flood. I will make the world new again. Ding. First, God told Noah to build a special boat called an ark. God explained to Noah what an ark was and exactly how to build it. This boat was very important for God's plan. Noah listened carefully. It was important that he do everything exactly as God said. The ark was going to be very, very big. God told Noah to build the ark 3 stories high. Noah was instructed to put a roof on the ark and a wide door in the inside. God also told Noah to build the ark out of gopher wood and paint it with a thick glue that would make the ark waterproof. Now it would not leak. People laughed when they saw Noah building a really big boat so far away from water. Everyone thought Noah was silly. Noah, why are you building an ark? But Noah trusted God. He built the ark just as he was told. He did not let the people bother him. Ding. The ark is finished. What should I do now, God? Asked Noah. God told Noah, you are to put every kind of animal on the ark, male and female. Noah thought to himself, where will I find all these animals? Then a great thing happened. God sent every kind of an animal to Noah. They came to him 2 by 2. Noah followed God's plan exactly, and he made sure all the animals were safe inside the ark. But there was still much more work to be done. Next, God said to Noah, gather lots of food for your family and the animals to eat. You must store it inside the ark. Noah did just as God said, and he loaded the ark with all kinds of fruits and grains. There would be plenty of food for everyone. Ding. Noah, now that the animals and food were on the ark, as God had asked, it was time for Noah and his family to get on board. After they were all safe and sound inside, God said, I am going to make it rain. Big clouds covered the earth. The sky began to darken. Lightning flashed across the sky. Rain began to fall from the sky. Water began to cover the ground. Soon there was so much rain that even mountaintops disappeared. And just as God planned, all the earth was covered with water. But God protected Noah, his family, and the animals. They were all safe from the storm. Noah and his family took care of each other and the animals too. Ding! For 40 days and 40 nights, God made the heavens rain down upon the earth. Then, one day, just as quickly as it had started, the rain stopped. Noah peeked out of a window. He wanted to know what everything looked like. He also wanted to see if there was any land around. So he sent a beautiful black raven in search of dry land. The raven flew far away, but it could not find any land or even a tree to rest on. So it flew back to the ark. Noah waited a week, and then sent out a dove. Before long, the dove came back with a surprise. It returned with an olive branch. The dove had found dry land. This was Noah's sign that the water was finally going down. Once again, Noah decided to send out the dove. When the dove did not return, Noah knew what it meant. It was almost time to leave the ark. Ding! The ark finally stopped floating. It came to rest on top of a big mountain. Noah opened the door and looked out. The land was new. The air was fresh. Then all the animals came out of the ark. Everyone was so happy to be back on dry land. The first thing Noah and his family did was build a special altar. They all gave thanks and praise to God for keeping them safe. Then God placed a rainbow across the sky. No one had said this will be a sign of my promise to all. Then God placed a rainbow across the sky. No one had ever seen a rainbow before. It was a wonderful sight. God said this will be a sign of promise to all of you. You notice I read that twice.
Noah and the ark.
Because God is so good.
40
that
days
he
and
promised
40 nights.
that he wouldn't flood this earth again, especially if we're trying to live right. Living right is so good in the eyesight of God because it keeps you from out of the harm's way of a flood. Then I continue. I will never again cover the whole earth with water. From this day on, whenever you look up at the sky and see my rainbow, remember this promise I have made to you and your family and all mankind. The end. If you want to read along with us, the next story we will be reading is Abraham and Sarah from Genesis chapter 12 through 21, which is out of the Beginner's Bible Treasury of Stories. The end. And if you want to reach me, you can go on my YouTube channel, which is Queen Q's Productions. QUEENQUS space Productions. And if you want to email me, it's queenqsproductions@gmail.com. And have a blessed night. And make sure all of your children say your prayers before you go to bed. The end.